Welcome to the top of the world.
Hello and welcome. Well, there's an echo. Well, that's because I've defurnished the room. You don't need to guess where I am. Today's Monday morning and I've been to town. And we finished the floor on Friday. We did the video Friday afternoon and it went live Friday evening, and I sent a link to the owner to say, look how brilliant I am. I've done your floor. Well, then I got a phone call. He said, I know it's all wrong, right? And he understands, right? We're working on budgets and he has to appease his family. He said, I understand this is all wrong, right? So I knew where he was going before he said anything else. He said, but do you think there's any chance you could do the painting before we arrive? There was a long silence from my point of view, as you can imagine, while I'm thinking about the huge list of... Anyway, I said I'll do my best. So, Monday morning, first thing, right, before the birds were tweeting, I'm off to town, doors open, I go in and I get everything that I need to make an attempt to have this room and that room completely transformed, and I've got a week. As in, yeah, am I, with everything else I've got to do, I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it my best shot. I think I've got everything I need here. I forgot how much sanding down and prep it needs, but this is the old chimney breast. I'm going to board over it. There's nothing I can do with the time I've got other than to board over it. So I'm going to plasterboard straight over that and then paint. Am I going to get to the tiles in this mess? I don't think I am. Anyway, so we're just going white again, but obviously new white on the ceiling. So I've got to prep the ceilings and get them as clean, as ready as I can. I'm painting over the wallpaper. Right? I'm going right over the top. I'm going to clean it up and I'm going right over the top. So I don't know if we're going to get, to the window surrounds. We're going to have to do something with the door surrounds because the doors are going to come back white. So this room here, everything is going white except the flat walls, which is going sage green. And this room, which is just, you know, if you're into it, you're into it. And I don't mind it because it's wood and I like wood, but she wants this, as they want this as a bright white or clean room. So I've got some... These lights are no good. I've got other things to fiddle around with. So we're going to attempt to paint all of this beige, which, you know, I really don't know where we're going with the ceiling on this. I don't know. So, and that door's obviously missing because we've got that door back there. We're not going on the other side of that door. And I didn't take this door off because it's such a nice door. I didn't think it needed painting. Well, that was probably a mistake. So, right, well, you can see the challenge we've got. And I've got a brand new floor. So we need to sheet, cover and deal with everything and then paint everything. I've got this fixture here to take off and I've taken everything else out and down. And then we've got to move them two again. Right, they've got all the nails in the wall. Probably best pull all them out as we're going. Okay, I'm going to get to prep and then I'm hoping... You know, there's a thing. I should have ordered some LEDs from Amazon and got rid of that. Normally I've got at least one, maybe two sometimes sat on the shelf. I haven't got any in stock. Perhaps I should take that down as well and replace that because, yeah, I'm going to have to make an executive decision. Can't put that back up. Okay, I need to get on it now because I've got a lot to do. Wow, that must have taken a few hours, Simon. Yeah, it did. It's so worth it because I think I can get 2, maybe 3 coats on the ceiling today. Right, I ain't got time to faff around and, you know, all of that. So just cover everything. I haven't done in there. I'm going to do there once I've got the first coat on there while I'm waiting for it to dry. Because what I'm using is going to dry 2 hours a coat. And I've just got everything prepped and everything ready. And I've left the most important tool, the key to everything, in the workshop. Right, so, and that's my roller on a pole. Because obviously, you know, so good job I'm only 3 minutes, 4 minutes away. I've got to go back and get that. Anyway, there we go. So I'm prepped and I can start painting. And I'm going to go, and I'm going to go for 3 coats on the ceiling today. That's what I'm going for. And then while I'm in between coats, then I can start getting this ready and covering the floor and the cupboards and whatever else I need to cover up, and what I can't cover up is getting painted. So there we go. And I need lights. Right, let me go and do all that, come back with a roller and start getting coats on this ceiling because it's all rubbed down, it's all cleaned up, it's ready to go. First coat on, I've done all the edges, and then I got the first coat on. So while we're waiting for that to dry, we'll move into that room and start working on prepping that. Right, that's this area prepped, and that's the second coat on the ceiling. So we're going to put the first coat on this ceiling now. See what this looks like. Can't even believe I'm going to do this. Anyway, I'm going to paint it. So, and I don't know how it's going to come out because there's gaps, right? There's a black ceiling underneath, paper, wax paint. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it's made. Anyway, my instructions are not to pull the ceiling down, but merely paint it. So that's where we're going. We're merely painting it. And then we're going to paint the walls. Okay, early next day, second coat on this ceiling. We ended up with 4 coats on this ceiling. It's covered all right, but there's a peely bit still over in the corner, even though I sanded it all down. Anyway, now we're on to this. That's not too dark. That's what she asked for, but I am ready to jump now, really. Right, so this is, I've done all my cutting in, right, all the way around, and it's dry because I've done the 3rd coat cutting in here, and the 4th coat on the ceiling. Is it going to need another one? Yep, which kind of worries me for the walls, really. It's going to need 5 coats. It's going to need another coat on the top. The cutting in's all right because it goes on with the brush, which is slightly heavier. And I'm putting the flat coat on with the roller, so we're going to need 5 coats to cover in here. We had 4 coats to cover in here, all right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my 2nd coat cutting in because this has dried. Because it just, you know, from the time I start here to the time I get over there, that's the best part of an hour just on the cutting in. And then I had another hour and 15 minutes out there, so I'm going to go again in here and see if I can get all my edges, especially with the cutting in, good enough with 2 thick coats, although it's not covering as well as you might think. Okay, let's go again then. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of days, I am. So we're now, where are we? Tuesday lunchtime. Got to be finished for Friday. Okay, that is coat number 1. I like it. Okay, now we're going to go out here and mix up the next batch of paint to put the first coat on the walls out here. Oh, what's the weather doing, Simon? Wow, obviously it's raining. Naturally, why wouldn't it be? And I'm here by myself because Casper's still really sick. So, I don't know where we're going with that. Anyway, right, painting. Yeah. First coat on the walls. It's not looking good, I know, but look what the ceiling come out like. So we're first coated on there, and in between all this, to stave off the absolute boredom, I've been putting extra coats on here. So now we're 3 coats in it, well, except there. Right, I've got to do that in the morning. But we're 3 coats on the walls. So I don't know if the light in here is doing it justice really, because I can see the camera trying to grab for light. Anyway, it's quite dark, but it's not as dark as it looks on camera. That's a good reflection of where we are with it. And it's not dry, you know, it's just at its 3rd coat. So this area here I'm going to overboard, but what I've done for now, because I don't have time to do that, is I've just painted it, because for the small amount of paint it takes, it'll clean it up. Halfway through day 3 and the sun's shining. For now. For now the sun's shining. Okay. I was really hoping these walls would cover by the time I got 3 coats on them. They're not. It's going to take a 4th coat. So I put a coat on this very early this morning, and then I put a 2nd coat on it, and it still needs a 3rd coat on it, and it still needs a 4th. So, and I've started clearing up in the kitchen. So it's coming. It's looking better, but that's 3 coats, and it's not good enough. It's going to need a 4th. Yeah, I'm going to put a door on that. And how are we looking in there? Yeah, good. That look at the mess. So that area there, that looks mottled because it's got a heavy coat on it. But everything else is done. And naturally the skirtings are not done. There's going to be no time. I don't know where I am with the windows. I can only be here for another hour and then I have to go because I've done no grass cutting this week and it's out of control. I've said this loads of times, because we got 24 hours of sun and now we've got sun and rain, the grass is out of control. So I'm going to have to go and do many hours through this afternoon and this evening to get things under control again. But there we go, that's just how it is. And I've got a little plumbing job to do. So I'm going to get the 4th coat on this before I go. I also really want to get undercoats on the door frames in gloss. Thing is, if I'm going to open the gloss, I should really get a coat on the... I don't quite know, I'm fighting time. Good morning, he says. Start day 4. We did the glossing last night, so I changed my mind. I did get another coat on the walls, but I went glossing. Anyway, it's the 25th of June. Obviously midsummer has passed. But that's okay, because it's raining. Again. Did it rain yesterday? Yep. Did it rain the day before? Yep. So it seems that certain places in Europe are undergoing this amazing, hottest temperatures in the world bar none. And no. So all the rain, which should have been snow, that should have come in the winter, has come now. Okay, fine. Oh, and I brought Casper with me today. It's his first trip out, so he's quite excited because he can hear me talking. See? He's just sat in there, being Larry. Okay, so we're going to put the final coat on the walls in here. I did start a clean up in here yesterday. I really, really wanted to get to these windows, but I'm not going to be able to. So, yeah, it's not as dark in here as you might think. Anyway, so we've got our first coat on all the gloss around the doors. How are the doors coming? I only got to turn them over yesterday, dry and twine. What I should have done is I should have axled them. I know what I should have done, but I didn't. Anyway, right, let's see if we can finish this and make this look something. So, and then we can get the stuff up off the floors and start putting it all back together, because it's close. Right, they're due here in 36 hours. So, right, let's get going. I know that door's not white, but that one is, and that one is. So, and they're only just dry, and they're only just covered, but they are. So there we go. I've got to hang the pictures back up. And I just brought the top for that, but it's just, I don't want to wedge it in there, it's just a little tight. And there's the kitchen done. And the entrance hall. Almost exactly as per the lovely pictures that I was sent. Now, light. I don't have lights. I'm finished. Well, I've got to do that bit of wood, but I just cut that down afterwards. Let me show you. Yeah, I've hung that light back up because I can't get the light shade off, but it's a light. Floor, paint, in the colours as requested. Once you get some furniture back up, it's not that dark. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Now I've just got to cover that, as I know about that. There we go. And I'm going to leave that loose because I'm going to put an LED up there and then I'm going to hang something over the table. So I'm just going to leave it loose for the moment. But the owner and his family are due in residence in 24 hours, which is just enough time for the last of the paint smell to... all the nasty stuff gone. Everything white and clean and smart. Okay. Well, I know that's not the most exciting video, and I know I didn't record a lot of the painting because what's the point? So it's just me chatting. That has taken me, we are on Saturday today, so whilst I've been doing other things as well and waiting for stuff to dry, that's 6 days to do these 2 rooms, which, you know, that's what it is. So there we go. And that concludes that. I do actually think this come out really well. Am I going to get slaughtered over that door? No, I don't think so. I've got to show you this. There you are, bud. Nice. Good boy. He is going to run out of breath, but he is running. So we're 3 weeks from when he got bitten by the snake. He came out with me yesterday. He came out with me the day before, but I had to take him back. He came out with me yesterday and he just sat and he was quite quiet. And by the evening, he's out of breath and he can hardly move. But he's getting better in the mornings. So he's at least trotting around and prepared to go further away from me. So he's on the repair. Now I know this is a painting video, I know that, but it's Saturday mid-morning. I really need to get this video edited and up tonight because I'm already a day late. However, I just got to do a little job. We got a broken deck, a sunken deck. So we're at the cabin site. There's the cabin. That building there, that's the one we moved. But we're at another building and this deck, I'm sure you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the joists have sunk, broken off the back building. Something's happened. So what I'm going to do is just whip up these boards here. Right, and jack them up and refix them. Just to get that done. Just a quick job. Oh, well, I'm being attacked by the biggest horse fly, nasty fucking stingy bitey thing you can imagine. Together with stupidity, bad building practice, ignorance. Oh, stack them up. Stack them up. There we go. Right, huge deck like this in the Arctic. Right. Oh, it's just ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous, so I can't even comprehend the stupidity. Right, do I know who did this? Oh yeah. Absolutely ridiculously stupid. Right, just why? Why would you even attempt to put a deck of this size? I mean, it's just bad workmanship, ignorance, stupidity. Have I said that? Right, well, that means they're all snapped. So we're not going to take it all off and replace it. We are going to bodge it together. We're going to screw that to that, right, with big screws underneath, and we're going to put rock underneath to wedge it up. And looks like some of these need taken off and putting back where they should be. I mean, just I can't even. Anyway, obviously, whoever did it Thought they were only going to do it for 5 minutes because that was never going to last. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I wonder why the deckings break. Yeah, I wonder why the deckings break. Okay. So that's all of them, essentially, other than the 2 end ones. You know, they ain't no good. So let's get to it then and see if we can't just correct all this stupidity with some more stupidity. Right, straight, flat, 0 bounce, hour, done. All I've done is exaggerated the bodge, because really, if you were going to do that, you should have used hangers, right? Or put your bottom beam. Anyway, I could do this 4 or 5 different ways with what I had lying around, and none of them would look like that, and none of them would have their metal brackets on. Okay, so the next thing we've got to do is I've just got to measure up for the post between the door. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll show you. So we don't need that. What we do need is a tape measure, and that. We don't need that, and we don't need that. And we finish there. Good job. Right. Another little job just to make sure I've got a cutting list of exactly what I need. How bad? Of exactly what I need. Oh yeah. It's me crack back in my windscreen. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna. Yeah, I am. Right. Yeah, I'm driving with the door open, aren't I? Right. Okay. Grab my clipboard, because that. Why is that door off? What's happened there? Why is that door not on the hinges? I don't understand how that's off. Hold on. Right. Why that was off its hinges, I've got no idea. Okay. So, we're all familiar with this. We're all familiar with this. Right. Now what we're going to do is measure. There's the new door. And we have this window here. That is going the other side of this post here. And then we have this new door. But I've got a post here, right, which is what I want. And so I'll probably just take that post off and reuse it. Attach the window to the corner post there. The logs that I took out from under this window, we're going to put under that window there, and then I probably need to expand this hole to put that door in. So I don't need to measure up for this because I already have it. That's the purpose of me coming in. The big problem with this is, and this is why I was under the understanding they were going to make a new window with the door, is this doesn't have any sashes. Right, okay. So I don't need to do anything. What a beautiful day. It would be beautiful, but if you stand still for too long here, right, the bugs, they come and get you. So that really is it for this video. You all have a good day. Thanks for watching. We will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.